going to do a quick review of factors and multiples. You learned about these last year, but we haven't talked about both of these terms this year. So just quick review. A factor is a number that divides evenly into a second whole number. So it's a whole number that divides evenly into another whole number. So an example would be, we looked at the number 12. We can find 12 with factor pairs. 1 and 12. 1 times 12 is 12. 2 times 6 is 12. 3 times 4 is 12. And then 4 times 3 is the exact same thing, so we don't count those twice. But once we see repetition, we know we've found all the factor pairs. These are the factor pairs of the number 12. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12 are the factors of 12. Multiples, one thing about factors, when you're looking at this, the factors are always equal to the number or smaller than the number. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6 are all smaller than 12, and 12 is equal to 12. If I did multiples of 12, a multiple is found by multiplying a whole number by all the counting numbers. So a multiple is found by multiplying a whole number by any of the counting numbers. For example, if I wanted to find the multiples of 3, it's like skip counting. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. So the pattern continues forever. So the multiples of 3 are 3, 6, 9, 12, and the pattern continues forever. So multiples never end, and factors do. That's the big difference. Today, we're going to just practice a little bit. So when you come back to class, you'll be able to use this skill. So here's some examples. When we look at this right here, we're looking at factors and multiples. This is a required skill for 6th grade. You want to understand the difference between the factors and the multiples. What makes something a factor versus what makes something a multiple? So see if you can remember what we just talked about. We're going to look at the factors of 4. We've been working on that for quite a while. You find the factors of 4 by factor pairs. So 1 times 4 and 2 times 2. Those are the only ways you can get 4 with multiplication. So the factors of 4 are 1, 2, and 4. Those are all the factors of 4. The multiples of 4 are found by multiplying 4 by all the counting numbers. So 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. And you continue that pattern as long as you want. So some multiples of 4 are 4, 8, 12, 16. 4 times 5 would be 20. If you kept doing that, you would find more and more multiples of 4. So let's use that pattern to those examples to try to find the factors of 6. The factors of 6 come from factor pairs 1 times 6, 2 times 3. So there are 4 factors of 6. They are 1, 2, 3, and 6. The multiples of 6 are found by multiplying 6 by 1 to get 6, and then 6 by 2 to get 12, and then 6 by 3 to get 18. So it's basically skip counting, or counting by skip 6s. So skip counting would tell us if we wanted to count by 6s, we'd say 6, 12, 18. And then the next multiple of 6 would be 6 times 4, which is 24. And the pattern continues. That's the big skill for tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to look at what the greatest common factor of 2 numbers are. We're also going to look at what the least common multiple of 2 numbers are. So when you come in tomorrow, we're going to use the understanding of factors and multiples to figure out these 2 terms. But for right now, I want you to take a look at this next page and just answer a question. See the question. Is there a number that is both a factor and a multiple of 12? Think about that before I show you the answer. So decide if you think it's yes or no. And let's look at the answer. What does it say here? The answer says 12 is a factor and a multiple of itself. So the answer is yes. Because if you look at the factors of 12, 1 times 12, 2 times 6, 3 times 4, those are the factors of 12. And the multiples of 12 are counting by 12. 12, 24, 36, 48, and so on and so forth. If you look at that, right here, 12 is both a factor and a multiple. The last thing I want you to do is look at these 2 statements here and choose the correct word, either multiple or factor, to place in the blank. 3, 6, 9, and 12 are some blank of 3. Are they multiples of 3 or factors of 3? Hopefully you guessed right. 3, 6, 9, and 12 are some multiples of 3. 13 and 4 are both factors of 52, because 13 times 4 is a factor pair of 52. 4 times 3 is 12. Carry the 1. 4 times 1 is 4. Add 1. You get 5. Therefore, 4 times 13 is a factor pair. Of 52.